everyone. Happy Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. This is Allie from LiveThe AllieWay, and I got my little mic on. I feel like this is super official. I'm here with Gato Divino.
Hello.
Hi. And we are going to do an interview.
Yes,
so
we are.
Exciting, live too. So this is very nerve-wracking. I have to set that out and put that out into the universe so I can kind of let it go. I have my little wine here.
Salud.
Salute to that, and stay tuned. Gato, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
So before we do my little intro, I just want to introduce myself on my live. So basically, I'm participating today on a live podcast. If you don't know who LiveThe AllieWay is, please follow her on Instagram. And if you have any questions or you want to participate, please send all your questions on her page. I'm just doing a live record so we can just have everyone can be in the loop. So a little bit about myself. My name is Gato Divino. I'm a tarot reader. I've been doing readings about maybe 8 to 9 years. Officially, maybe the past 5 years. And I work at a store in Montclair called Mystic Spirit in Montclair. I don't know the address because it's not even I don't know the address. They're dealing with, is it 322 or 324? That's why we don't have no numbers.
Why are they? Oh, because of the person next to you. So they're in cahoots of what's going to happen. Okay.
So it's not me playing dumb. It's really, I don't know the address.
Just go to 32 something and you'll just come down the street and see it.
We have purple lights at the window.
Yeah.
And it says tower readings.
And you're across the street from, what is that?
Cucino, an Italian restaurant or something like that.
Looks very fancy. So if you're walking down the street, come on in. What do you normally offer here?
Basically, this is a metaphysical shop, so they offer oils, incense, the most common thing, sage, palo santo, anything for your magical enhancement for whatever magic you want to create. We have tarot cards, jewelry, pendulums, you name it. We have it, and if we don't have it, we'll find it for you.
And what days are you here so that now that they've gotten to know you, they want to kind of come and see you and stalk you in a way?
Oh, that's not a problem. I'm usually here on a Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But next week I'll be in hiatus for 3 months. So, not 3 months, 3 weeks. I wish it was 3
months. I know. I think you were magically wishing it was
putting it out there in the universe, going disappear.
Now you might not come back, and you just put it out there in the universe.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You can still find me.
It's
all right. You can find me still on Instagram and on Facebook. And
are you going to stay up to date with everything of like
not
your
during
journey or
not during the 3 weeks? I'll probably post, but not really get it because I really want to enjoy it.
Okay, that's true. I think you should. Most people go on vacation and they're so busy doing both, but try and go out there and enjoy your vacation. Also, one quick thing. Gato's going to be doing a reading, so if you want to share the first 3 people that share our live, we'll get 1 card reading, right?
And
so
if they want to participate in a 3-card reading or more, or 3-card reading, you can also send on Venmo or Cash App. Venmo is at Gato Gato Divino Divino. Or Cash App, the cash sign, and then Gato Divino all put together.
Can we maybe write that? I mean, send that to them? Because I feel like
I'll put it.
I've already forgotten what it is. So tell me a little bit more about yourself. What got you into this life? Where does it all begin?
So basically, I don't know if you know, Allie, most people are born with gifts. From childhood.
Sorry, was that douchey of me to say where did it all begin? Or?
No, not really. So a lot of people don't even realize everyone's born with a certain gift. We are all born with spiritual guides. We're all born with different techniques. There's like different levels of spirituality. Some people hear it, some people see it, some people sense it, and they're all different terminologies. But it's just one of those things. As a little child, I always saw spirit. So me seeing spirit, growing up in a Catholic religion, my grandmother was like, oh, that's a no-no. So they shut you down. Most parents that don't know about spirituality or they don't want to believe it, they shut children down. But then you have like a freak accident. In 2007, I had a freak accident where I tripped over a classmate's shoe, and it was just one of those things. I was forced into spirituality, which was like the blessing from the universe because I'm enjoying it every single day.
I need more details. How did
Like
you
in what
trip
sense?
over? You tripped over a shoe.
Classmate shoe. So basically, one thing, if you're ever gonna fall on the floor, just allow yourself to fall.
Okay.
Because it's just one of those things that once you try to prevent it, in my case,
Yeah.
2 discs popped out of my back.
Oh shoot.
So I had to get emergency surgery, and then it was from me working the corporate world. I used, if you ever saw The Devil Wears Prada, I was Anne Hathaway for Ralph Lauren.
Oh, that's exciting.
I did stupid gigs, and I was getting paid really good money. So it was just like, okay, from that, the universe took all that away, and it was like going on welfare for like the rest of my life, and from making $1,500 a week for doing nothing to making $200 a month. And it was like, what do I do at that moment? And it was like, you get very desperate around that time. So it's either like, at that time I was very suicidal. If anyone takes offense, but I'm being honest. And it was just like, okay, do I choose spirituality or do I end my life? And I chose spirituality around that time. I met my partner, and my partner was like, I know you're into Santeria or whatever, go do your research. And then those doors just open, and here I am today.
So where did you go before you came over here? I'm hopping around a little bit on the questions. Is that okay? You could always reel me in. But where did
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just putting the Venmo in the Cash App. I'm listening.
Oh, why someone asked?
No, I'm just putting it up because you told me.
Oh, where did you go when you started? So you did your research. Was this your first place? This is.
Oh, like working? I started working in a place in Asbury Park. That was my first venue about like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Then after that, after a year, it wasn't working out, whatever, many blessings. I started working at a place in Clifton at a Hispanic spiritual shop. And then I had back surgery. There was some he said, she said stuff. They ended my work there, and now I'm here.
And you've been here
for a year.
And do you like? Wait, can we ask? Do you like working here?
I love it. It's just one of those things that when it comes to spirituality, you just have to it's like the gypsy life. Not everyone's gonna like you spiritually. Some people love you, and you'll have your continuous customers always coming, and then there's people that don't like it. I tell people from the get-go that I'm one of those people that don't sugarcoat things. If I see something, I'm going to tell you, and if you don't like it, that's not my problem. You came for me for a reading, so I can't do anything about that.
And you've told people, I asked you this the last time, you've denied people readings, right?
Depending, yes. This is the thing, when you become spiritual, you're like an antenna. You can tell the energy of the person. So if they're in a bad place, or you know that they're manipulators, because there's a lot of people who are clients that manipulate the situation because it's like, poor woe is me. I don't buy that. I played that role like maybe 26 years of my life. I can catch it. So it's like, whatever, I'm not dealing with you. But if in sincerity, if I find someone that needs help or whatever, I will help you. But then it's just the dynamics of you help people, they want more, and then they want to suck you dry. It's not fair.
Do your own friends, have you maybe stopped being friends with people who have may possibly sucked you dry? Or?
Yes, there's certain people that are not in my life currently because it's just one of those things. My partner will say, I'm cutthroat. One day you're my friend, and the next day you're dead to me. I don't play that game anymore.
Do you give people second chances?
Barely.
I feel like I'm getting personal. Is that
Oh,
okay?
no, I'm okay answering it.
You could just be like, let's nip it in the butt.
There's certain things I'm going to be like, I'm not answering that.
Okay. we have questionnaire here,
yes,
so
yes.
He's looking down. I'm definitely going all over the place. Can you hear us clearly? Are we good? Yeah? Everyone? Say yes? I? Okay.
They wouldn't know because...
Oh yeah, they're hearing it from here. So if you're listening, just say I if you can hear perfectly. I just want to make sure that you're getting the best of its full potential. So you said that when you had told your grandma, I'm going backwards.
Yep.
When you had told your grandmother about your spiritualness, she had basically said like, no, that's not allowed. What do they feel about where you are? Your family in general.
The sad thing is that my grandmother is no longer around, so she doesn't know where I ended up. But some family members could be hypocritical because it's like when they're in a dilemma, oh my God, let me call Gato. But when they're all good, Gato doesn't exist. And that's usually with clients too, so it's just a give or take.
But you still give, no matter what.
Yeah. If you pay me, because you're not going to get me for free no more. In the beginning stages, yes, oh, let me give you a free reading, let me show you my talent. But now it's like, no, I'm worth something.
Yeah.
It's knowing your self-worth.
And do you have repeat customers that are from other places that know that you're here that come here too?
I have some international customers, or even in California. So I have customers in different places.
And they call you like this is.
They'll call me or be like, they'll text me. I need a reading. Okay, this is my availability, and then so on. And then I have customers that have been faithful, and then they just disappear. I just wish them the best.
Or do you have like a certain pay rate for your services, or and you don't tell us what it is?
No, it's really. Yes, at the store I do have a pay rate, so it doesn't change. Right now, currently I have a sale going on because I'm leaving to Peru next Thursday, so it was like, okay, let's do readings. I need to make that money to get to Peru. Okay. But then I'm going to go back to my pay rate. And but besides that, like
house calls.
I do house calls. Like when I used to work at the Hispanic metaphysical shop, their pay rate was lower. So I still honor those. If those customers do come back to me, I'll charge you what I charged you there. But if you're a new customer, you're going to pay Montclair prices now. And then if I have people that I started with when I first started reading, I still charge them the $1 a minute.
Oh, that's what it is.
Like when I first started, yeah. Like when I first did my first reading back in the days, she became one of my students, and we did a barter system. So I got a Jane McLean juicer.
Oh, the juicer,
yeah.
Oh, you got a juice?
Juicer.
Who is that?
That's a good deal.
Not a juice, the juicer to make juice.
Oh, she gave you a juicer to do. Oh, that's really that's expensive.
And then ironically, like later on, she had like a little house party, and she hired me and a medium. And we told her that she was going to be pregnant and have a boy, and she did have her boy and everything. So it's cute how it works.
How far would you go for a house party? Anywhere?
Give me the money and I'll be there. Pay for my Uber, pay for my Lyft, I'll get there. And if my partner's available and he could drive me there, I'll let him. He'll wait in the car and I'll do my job.
Oh, so you won't go and party and... Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like you're going in on the party.
No, it's just one of those professionalism.
Oh.
So if they're hiring you personally, you make yourself available.
Okay.
Like I even traveled upstate for parties. So it's like whatever, you pay for my train ride and my time, I'll show up.
And now, will you read everyone? If there's like 100 people there you're reading?
Ironically, what was it, like 5 years ago, I did a corporate event in Hoboken.
Yeah.
So they were opening a new apartment thingy, and it was like 12 floors. So every floor was something. We were on the 7th floor, and we were the readers. So whoever came to look at apartments, they got a reading. So I read over like 100 people at that time. But it's like a 1, 2, 3 reading. Let's go.
So you're just doing one card?
No, depends.
Oh.
Like I've developed myself now to do readings really quickly. So like if you need a reading, I could do it in 15 minutes. It doesn't benefit me, but I can do that.
Does it really benefit the person getting a 15-minute reading? Like,
yeah, because I answer all the questions.
Oh, okay.
So it's
now,
not like
people come to you. No.
Oh.
Go ahead.
It's not like I cut things out. It's like whatever needs to be said. But then if you want to go into more details, that's when readings become longer. But like at the store, we only offer half an hour readings. So it's really difficult for me because I'm like, I'm done at 15 minutes.
And then what do you do for the next?
Answer whatever questions the people have.
So people mostly come in here with questions.
Usually. And usually it's around love. Or affairs.
Searching for love? Oh, affairs?
Combination of everything.
Hot diggity. Some scandalous people out there.
We live in a scandalous world.
It's true. We do. What was I going to say? I lost myself. Oh, what do you feel is the hardest part about your job? Like,
being honest. Because you know how some people come for, they want to hear specifically one thing. And I know that's what they want to hear, and I can't tell them that one thing because it's a lie. Because sometimes it's like, does he love me? Yeah, I see him with like 3 other girls. How does he really love you?
but I think the truth is what people should hear. Has anyone ever gotten like pissed off at you and like stormed out because they didn't hear what they wanted to hear?
That's ironic.
Is that what happened recently?
No, time with me when I had everything documented. So it becomes to that point too. Because some people consider readings like a drug and they want more. And usually when I tell people, if I read you, give me 1 month, 2 months, then come back for a reading. Okay. Let it manifest, because when I consider readings as planting positive seeds in your head. So if you let them grow and they start happening, come back, check what's going on next. But some people know because they want a certain outcome.
Or within like the same, people are coming like week by week by week.
Or sometimes they come day after day after day.
Y'all are crazy.
No, there are crazy people out there.
Sorry if you're listening.
It's okay.
You're
they
not
need
crazy.
to hear it.
Shoot, what was I gonna say? Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want a reading? Because this is exciting. What happened? Oh, I have to slow it down. Okay.
No, this is slow.
Oh, the thing is slow, so I need to give it some time.
Give her the password for the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
Naughty B says, I want a reading.
You want a reading?
Naughty
You get
B.
one card. You get one card if you share it. And if you want, you can do what, $10 gets you a 3-card reading.
3-card reading, yes.
I'm pretty sure the link to the
Just type it in.
the link is in there if you want a 10-card reading. If not, share it and let us know that you shared it. We'll check it out and we'll do the one.
I'm just gonna stand up so I can
Yeah,
pin
of
it,
course.
so it could be on the bottom.
Okay, do that. I've never done a live before, so this is
There's
all
always
like
a first
super
time.
new. I'm popping my cherry with you guys.
Woohoo.
Literally.
She wants a reading live. That's what I understood. Naughty.
Oh yeah, you could do a reading live.
Yeah.
Let us know if you're gonna do the 3-card, which I feel like you should. $10 is worth kind of like giving yourself a direction.
Let me just put it here.
She says she shared the video.
Oh, okay. Gato, you tell me at any point if you want to do our audience reading, if you want to do the 1 card,
No, we can do.
or do it at the end.
Yeah. People are loving it. They're giving heart.
Thanks for loving it. I
Okay.
love you guys.
I don't know how to pin it, but just look up Gato Divino.
Now we're looking at trees.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys. It's ambiance.
Well, they're pretty trees.
Exactly. Or plants. I said trees. Are they trees?
Yeah, those are actually like little palm trees or something like that.
You were. So our audience member ended up being in. She's not really here.
Caught. I'm caught now.
It's okay. You're here for support.
Oh, Seth says hi, Jerry.
What was I gonna say? Okay. So you also teach teens or anyone.
I started originally teaching tarot to adults.
Okay.
And then in my last class, I had 2 students. one who had a sister and one who had a daughter. They're both 13 years old, and they're currently in my course. So we're about to finish within like the next 3 weeks.
And now, how do you go about teaching someone? Like,
so basically, it's
without actually giving out the secrets,
no,
of course.
there's no secret. It's just basically I teach you how to connect with the cards, create your own interpretation. Each card has a meaning. You look at any single book, they all have the same meaning. But you create your own relationship with the card. So if a card pops up, can I throw a card for you? Okay. So we'll throw a card.
I like when I came here, was it 2 weeks ago, and I did the card. It literally spoke volumes of what I was feeling. I got like a hermit crab, which I am. I'm a little hermit crab. The other one was I like organized chaos, and the other one was like I stress about money or something. All true. I wouldn't even say that if it wasn't. I wouldn't have come back if it wasn't true.
Just pick one.
Just pick one? I want this one.
Yep. Let's see what it is.
Okay. Wait, did I get this one before? What is, can you guys see? The High Priestess.
So the High Priestess for me is that you probably don't know right now, but you need to start listening to yourself when you feel a certain way of a certain person or whatever the case may be, because you sometimes get yourself into trouble knowing that, oh, I shouldn't hang out with this person. And then like maybe a week or 2 weeks later, damn, I should have listened to myself.
Oh, that's funny.
Because that's, the High Priestess shows me that you're a spiritual person and your third eye is always open. But sometimes you second guess yourself because you haven't tapped into this energy yet, but it does exist within you.
So how would one even go about just listening? Listening to your inner gut is basically how someone would awaken their third eye, right?
Yeah, but usually I tell people, if you listen to your heart and your gut and they're both aligned, then listen to it. If your heart's saying yes, but your gut's saying no,
Which one am I listening to?
Neither. Double think it and say no. Because vice versa, both of them need to be aligned for you to take that step. Especially like with, if you like in general, if someone likes someone, a boy, you know he's a bad boy, and your heart's like, oh my God, he's gonna be my baby daddy, blah, 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 blah. But your gut is telling you, he's dated this friend, this friend, this friend. Why are you going to invest your time in that?
So basically,
what makes
listen to your gut as opposed to your heart always.
No, listen to both.
But what if they're battling each other?
Then you
and
know
your heart is saying that's a douche of a person. Your gut is saying, or the other way around. Sorry, your heart's like, oh, but I really love him, and your gut's like, he's a douche. Walk away.
But that's
go with your gut.
No, just really take a time out, because sometimes your feelings can get crossed. Okay. But it's just like if both of them are aligned at that moment, saying, you know what, he's the one, invest, give him a second chance, then do it, because there's going to be a shift in that individual or whatever the case may be. But if you know that this person's not good for you, and your body's like, you know what, just step away, do it. It's just one of those weird things, but it's like you'll know. Especially with this card that just popped up for you, it's just, you're the type of person that you already know what's coming up, but sometimes you don't even listen to yourself.
Well, hot dang. That'll get you to share the video and buy a card reading, right?
Yeah, and it's just like a perfect example, like with even the podcast. I know you're comfortable doing the podcast.
And that's because I can edit and filter, and you guys don't really hear what I'm really saying.
But besides that, like on the live, people are going to get to know who you are as an individual and what publicity. If you want to do a podcast with Allie, reach out to her.
Hi.
This is a very easy.
No, you're right. This is the best way to kind of understand who you are as a person.
And step out of your comfort zone.
Which is what we're doing today.
Yes, literally.
Thanks again for doing this. I
course.
Appreciate it. CJ from Stokesville is the person that connected me to you. He's been 100% supportive of everything that we've been doing. Sorry, I'm playing with my feet. Sorry. And he led me to you, and so I appreciate him and just this interaction.
He's an amazing individual, and if you like weird and creative things, his store, I call it like, it's better than Hot Topic and Spencer's, because it's just like it brings your 80s. if you're into Stranger Things or whatever the case may be, that's the store for you. It has a little bit of everything.
Yeah. It's like a grown-up version of if you liked Hot Topic when you were a kid. You basically...
I get most of my cat stuff from him.
Oh. I mean, my husband goes there all the time and buys everything. Speaking of cats, we have our cats here today.
Yes, they're conjuring some magic for you.
They sure are.
And
for both of us.
Yes.
For your trip that you're going to be going on soon. I'm sorry, we got lost into a tangent again.
It's okay.
Sorry. Is that all right? You guys following?
Yep.
What is the purpose of this trip? Like, what do you hope to gain? Where are you going, and where do you hope to gain?
Next week, I'm leaving to Peru. Peru has... I went to Peru 20 years ago, but I made the mistake of going to Peru as a college student and on spring break.
That sounds like a blast to me.
Yeah, but pisco sours from day one to the last day, you don't remember anything. So now it's like, okay, now that I'm on this spiritual path, okay, we've heard of this drink called ayahuasca. We've heard this drink called, or whatever, because I really don't know what San Pedro is, but this magical thing. So for me, it's like this time I'm going to go and get what I need to get. Because as a human, as a spiritual person, I think everyone needs self-healing, and this is my time. I'm about to hit a big number in age. So it's like, it's that time, that turning point for me. So
is that coming up soon for your
November.
trip or in November?
Yeah, so this is like a little gift to me.
Oh, that's nice. It's fair. You just
Paid by my
right?
partner, but I'm happy.
Thanks. But now you're going by yourself.
I'm going with a group.
Oh, a group that like you met? Or
No, I don't
random
even...
individuals?
I know two of the individuals from Utah, and they created a group, and I just tagged along, and I'm bringing one of my girlfriends with me.
Oh, fun. And where are you from originally? Like, what is your background?
North New Jersey.
Where's your family from?
Mother's Nicaraguan side, and my father's Ecuadorian side.
Okay. Have you been to either?
Only Nicaragua, and then a bunch of Latin American countries. My goal before I die is to travel to 21 countries of Latin America.
How many where are you at right now?
Probably like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Because I've been to Cuba. I had the luxury to go to Cuba twice. I've been to Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Peru, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Honduras, because we went on a cruise. Yeah. So little by little, I'll get there.
You'll see all of them. You have plenty of time.
Yeah, and as I say a lot of people say cats have 9 lives. I say I have infinity lives.
It's true. My cat jumps from like the craziest things and lands on the floor like as if nothing ever happened ever.
Because they're never scared.
Yeah, that's true. I think they're aliens, but
they're gods.
Yeah.
They think they're gods.
Yeah.
Because of Bastet, the Egyptian goddess.
Oh, is a cat? No.
Yeah, we have her in the store just to.
Are you gonna get her?
Yep, she's over there. Miss Pretty Cat.
Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, let's have her here.
We have a question.
Oh, we have a question?
So Seth said, how did you find the group to do this? And I said, what? And she said to go to Peru.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, you have to be careful with the groups out there, because there's a bunch of wannabe groups, and I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth. You have to be careful because spirituality is becoming a big fad.
So this is a spiritual group?
Yes.
Okay.
But most of the people in the group are not spiritual. They just want to experience it.
Okay.
So where did you find it?
Oh, maybe he doesn't want to share.
No, it's not about no, it's not about not sharing. It's basically 2 years ago I did something called Dance for the People. It's like an indigenous group where Native American people show you a certain dance. And it's just a 2-step around the tree. And it's just a spiritual thing where all the shamans sit in the front, in the middle, and out of nowhere they just go like this to you, and they pull down your spirit animal. Yes. So,
I felt like even energy of you just doing that right now. Okay.
So it's just one of those things. It was just a beautiful experience, and then there was these individuals, a gay couple, who were just people that I'm like, I want to get to know them. So one of the guys is a psychologist at a university. He teaches, and he was like, I'm creating a group. They go to Nepal, different parts of, around the world, and I was like, I'll do Peru with you guys because I trust you.
That sounds pretty badass.
So,
Oh, did something happen with the live?
We're having trouble loading this
having
video.
trouble loading the live video.
Oh.
really? But they're still live here.
No, I think it paused.
Did it?
Yeah, it looks like it
Go
paused.
up to it and see what's wrong.
Right when I got comfortable, too. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, no, it went again. Oh, no, I don't know if it's slow.
It might be slow. It's going.
It's going. Looks like it's going.
Sorry about the
we
interruption.
Hear you now.
So,
sorry, I have no shoes on. Is
It's
that
okay. Get comfortable.
Okay.
So basically, that's about
So
it.
you met these people somewhere else. That's basically how you found the group.
Yeah, there's a lot of groups that exist out there. It's
You just have to trust them.
Besides trusting them, it's like the universe timing. It's like you meet certain people for certain reasons.
True. So hopefully we'll get you guys on a group maybe one day.
Yeah, or
Maybe we'll plan a group one day. That'll be
you
exciting.
never have it. You never know.
That's true. That would be fun. We're back to your spiritual journey.
Yes.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you want your spiritual capacity to really?
You know what? Ironically, I used to belong to a group in Lyndhurst, and one of the girls, and I'll say her name, Maria. She's like, I can see you be the next Walter Mercado. So
That's
women,
funny, I said
but
that
I want to be the next Gato Divino because there's no one like me.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, often imitated but never duplicated. There's only one me, and I'm a brand. Oh, they're having trouble loading this live video. You're annoying, Instagram.
I know, we were having fun.
No, it's going, but
Yeah, I closed out and then started again and everything's fine.
okay. No, it's okay. So it's just one of those things. Where I see myself
You're
is
building your brand.
Yes.
That's what you want to do.
it's very important to build your brand and have a brand that has a strong foundation, not like what upsets me nowadays with a lot of spiritual people. It's like they read a book and they're spiritual.
Like you said, it's a fad. I think everyone wants
Oh,
to be
let's
spiritual.
Let's burn sage. I'm spiritual. I'm a shaman now. No, you're not. You need to get proper training. You need to really connect to a certain kind of energy or proper training. Like you were asking earlier about like tarot cards. I got trained in angel cards. Reason I got trained in angel cards was because tarot has a bad connotation around it. Ooh, it's the devil's work.
Oh, there's a difference.
No, there's no difference. It's
Oh.
the same thing. But it's just one of those things. You hear angel cards and you're like, oh, message from the angels. Tarot cards, oh my God, you're calling me out on certain things. I don't like that.
Do you do other things other than tarot readings, or like what?
Oh yeah, I'll do like house cleanings. I'll do, if you have a negative entity, I'll do like a cleansing and that stuff. I'm trained in a lot of things, but it's not like, what was it, 2 months ago, I traveled up to upstate New York to Omega Institute. I don't know if anyone's heard of that. It's a magical place. I got trained in Reiki 1 and 2, and hopefully when I return from Peru, I'll go get my master's so I can teach it too.
Well, that sounds like something I want to do just for shits and giggles. Do
Yeah.
people do that for?
Yeah, but it's just, know that once you open that door, it's like the Pandora box. I know Pandora box has a negative connotation, but the Pandora box, it'll start opening other doors for you. Not in a negative way. For me, I like using Pandora box. It's just, once you open one door, it's like it'll open 3 other doors. And then you'll meet certain people, and then you create different things, and you go to different places.
So yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It depends on what you're allowing to come in through the door.
Yep.
If it's going to be dark, then it's going to be dark no matter what
But
you're talking about it.
But the thing you have to also take into consideration, where there's light, there's dark, and where it's dark, there's light. So there's no negative and there's no, it's just the same thing. It depends on how you create it.
Okay. Do you get a thrill of doing a reading? I know you said you like it, but do you get like this, a sense of community service in a way?
Yes, especially if I make my clients cry.
In a bad way or in a good way? Just
in whichever way.
eye-opening way.
In a way that I'm hitting a certain subject that hits home for them. So it's like, I didn't know this mofo right here, and wow, how did he connect to that?
I could see that. That's
So it just
intense energy.
It brings me that thrill. Or a perfect example, I had one time an individual, not knowing that that individual was going through some emotional stuff. I found out later that day she was going to commit suicide, but because I gave her a hug, an unconditional love hug, it broke out her from that space. I don't know if you even...
That's special.
Yeah, there's even this lady, her name is Amma, the human saint. She comes once a year in New York. She gives you this hug that's to die for.
What is her name?
Amma, A-M-M-A.
She comes and gives hugs.
Yeah, in the Javits Center or in the Hilton, and it's free. You just have to spend a couple hours there.
What are you doing for the couple of hours?
Nothing, just meditating, being around the energy,
Oh.
shopping, eating cookies.
It's like a spiritual convention.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to meet her and get a hug. And she does it for free.
Question?
Have you ever done Cambo?
Yes, I have done Campbell. Campbell is basically tree frog poison, where they take a bamboo stick and they burn you. Depending if you're a female, they burn you on your ankle. For men, they burn you on your shoulder, and then they put the tree sap, and you just spend most of the time puking.
So how did you feel after?
Cleanse and amazing.
But is it a spiritual journey, or is it you're just
In
a colonoscopy? Like what?
Oh no, it's not that.
I didn't mean it like I'm trying.
No,
to
I
think
understand.
Yeah.
No, but it's just one of those things. It's like this is the thing. A lot of people don't realize that when you're living life, there's traumatic situations that are built up in your body, and you don't even know that wall is being built up. So these spiritual journeys like Campbell or ayahuasca or San Pedro are things to break down the wall so you could be your full potential, your higher self.
So it has nothing to do with hallucinations. It has everything to do
Some
with
of them do, but it's
getting
just
rid of evil spirits.
Yeah, or even your own
know.
inner demons, because it's not even evil spirits.
It's just
They
stuff
do
that you-
exist, but it's not one of those things that they have that power.
Okay. Interesting. Did that answer your question about the Cambo? I don't know if it's legal or illegal, so if you're interested in doing so,
It's one of
do you
those.
approve?
In all honesty, if you're at that level spiritually, I approve it. But this is the thing. Again, it's a fad for a lot of people. Everyone's doing it, so let's do it.
How would you go about trusting someone and doing these? Just
In all honesty, you need to feel out the shaman or whoever's teaching it, and if there's a direct connection with them, go for it. Or if something tells you, like ironically in the beginning of the year, I told my partner, I want to go to Peru. I didn't know how I was going to do that. And then on Facebook, I saw my friend, we're doing a trip to Peru. I'm getting on that. Sometimes the universe intervenes and creates these doors for you.
it's true. The universe is pure magic.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Where are we? It's here. I feel like we did all of these.
So we could start. One of your questions is my real name. My real name is Gato Divino.
Right. We did.
So I usually just go by my stage name. Some people know me as Angel, but I'm not going to give my full name because there's certain degrees you have to create that professionalism. You just know me by my stage name, Gato Divino.
Wait, you have to have a separation, boundaries.
Yeah, but it's just like people can do stupid shit when they have your full name.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Especially when you said this is kind of like a drug to them.
Yep. And then we said, you asked me, I was born in Newark, New Jersey. My background is Nicaraguan and Ecuadorian. What brought me to Montclair? The opportunity to read and make a difference in Montclair. Do I live in Montclair? No, I don't. I live still in North New Jersey. Do I have any siblings? Yes, a brother. Close family members? Friends are better family members than my regular family. Am I married? No. Do I have a lifelong partner? I plead the fifth. Do I have any? He does,
and he's sitting right here, ever so beautifully.
Don't be fooled. Do I have any pets? Yes, I have 5 cats and
hot dang, 5 cats
and 3 puppies. I call them puppies. 2 dachshunds and a Shih Tzu.
Oh my gosh, that's it's crazy in your house, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a bunch of love.
Do you have a backyard? Do they?
Oh no, I don't let them out because the world is dangerous.
Oh my goodness.
Wee pads are our best friends.
Oh my gosh, I have to come over now and just interact with all of these animals.
Oh, they interact.
They all play with each other?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We answered, how did I become a spiritual being?
Yes. Well, and metaphysical, what exactly does that mean? Sorry.
No, it's okay. So, I might get in trouble how I answer this question, but metaphysical, I think it's more of a fad now. In the sense
the
that...
name of the store.
No, but it is because everyone is metaphysical now.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is like metaphysical is so many degrees of spirit. Like how I like to explain spirituality. Spirituality is a tree.
Okay.
Imagine your mic is a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And from that tree there has a bunch of branches. It could be Buddhism, it could be Santeria, it could be Wicca, it could be paganism, it could be Hinduism, it could just be everything. But the main torso, the main foundation is spirituality. You can call a goddess Venus, or you could call her in Santeria Ochun, or you can call her Aphrodite. They're not the same, but they have the same foundation.
Okay.
So for me, metaphysical is just so blah, because it's like there's no real answer with metaphysical. It's metaphysical. Okay.
It's a branch or a foundation.
I just think it's a name they covered up spirituality to be.
Okay. So, like a hipster name in a way.
Yeah.
Okay. How does your partner support you?
Oh, by paying my trips to Peru. And it's just one of those things, if I tell him I want to do certain learnings or stuff like that, it's not like sometimes he'll be like, no, you're spending too much money and blah, blah, blah. But in all honesty, how you were saying there earlier, it's developing a brand. So he
helps you, he supports you, he believes in you in a way. I won't say that he believes in you.
Oh yes, and it's just one of those things, it's like spirituality is like a car. So if I want to get new rims, like Ricky 1 on one side and Ricky 2 on the other side, and the 2 back wheels Ricky Master, it'll make my car more important.
I was going to say, is this a family trait? That was my next question. But
in all honesty, this is the thing. My grandmother, when growing up, she was very spiritual, but she was very Catholic. So people would come to her for special like remedies and stuff like that, but no one talked about that.
Like a typical Spanish
like,
or of that
ironically,
generation.
I still remember my grandmother looking at women's nipples to tell you if it was a boy or a girl. Or like a special remedy of a tea. I'll drink this, it'll help with this. But it was nothing
not
bruja.
What it is, not what of what people make it out to be.
And then ironically, it's like growing up, they used to go get readings from this like random guy from North Newark. And it was like, but if you're Catholic, why are you getting readings? So it is what it is.
That's all
I think it existed, but no one talked about it.
Not as much as they do now.
Yep.
We did the hardest part about your career. Hardest part about the career life you chose for yourself.
The hardest thing is just that people come and go. And sometimes it just really sucks because sometimes you invest in people and then they turn out to be bad weeds. So, but it's just one of those things, you live and learn from that. But it sucks.
Well, losing people is
But
not
it's
an
not like
easy
you
thing.
lose them, it's just you need to cut the umbilical cord.
Well, yeah. And let them flourish on their own.
Yeah.
And grow up and...
Or die, whatever.
How would you teach someone who is the same? So if the teens come to your class, or anyone, or adult, or someone wants you, and you just don't feel like they have the gift. Well, you said everyone has.
I think everyone is born with a gift.
But they're being stubborn. What do you...
Just teach them what I need to teach them, and that's it. Because in all honesty, I can do so much. It's just like the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. I could give you all the tools. If you choose to do something with it, then good for you. And if you choose not to do anything, then it's on you. Me as a teacher, I did what I had to do. Like from most of my students that, I think I have like 30 students under my belt, I don't interact with most of them anymore. And some of them took the course just to see if they could do it. But then I have like a couple of students that have taken it and they're working at stores, or they're doing like, I heard now that they're doing like the California Psychics. You call in and blah, blah, blah.
People still do that? Interesting.
So
I didn't know people still do those things.
So it's cute that
It's
they're
cute.
they're trying to do something, but for some people they don't want to invest their time coming to a store and doing it. It really is up to the individual.
Well, like you said, you can teach them, but it's however they want to flourish, they will on their own. We did the can someone not be gifted? Do we all have the gift of exchanging energies? Which
I really
we
think
do.
we do, because right now I
Yeah.
just went like this to you and you're
I
like,
know.
oh, I felt the energy.
Your best and worst reading experience? I don't know if you want to share.
No, like,
Well, you did the one with the lady who.
yeah,
said that
that's
you-
that's psycho.
Yeah.
And then the best readings are the ones that entrust you. And like, I even had falling outs with, make sure at an hour we have to stop and re-record.
What are we
We're
looking
getting
at?
close, and someone's inquiring about your classes.
All right, classes, right now I won't start them till October, because I'm going away. We could talk prices if you email me or send me a DM.
What's the question?
Oh, it paused, but they're not
Oh,
paused
oh.
here.
Oh, so it'll just eventually
Yeah.
book play.
Yeah.
Good.
So basically taking classes, and then very soon, like I want to start a book club, a spirituality book club.
Oh, that's cute. Do
So
that.
where we start reading a book, like if we all have interest in herbal.
Okay.
So we'll do like research and see what they do and then take it to the next level. But my thing is like, okay, you read a book, but no one ever dissects the book and really puts their... I'm more of a hands-on. I hate reading books. But I'll force myself to read a book in a book
I hate
club.
reading, but I always fall asleep.
I
I'll
do.
feel like 3 words in, I'm like, that was such a great book.
Yep. But it's just one of those things, some people are more hands-on. So like, okay, in a group setting, we'll push ourselves to read a book.
That's true.
And then it's like, what did you interpret? What did you interpret? Okay, let's put that in something and create like a memoir.
Oh, that's good. We'll keep you up to date on that one because that seems like a great idea, right?
Yeah.
We already have somebody down for a spiritual book club.
Oh, see, there you go. Do you have any other questions? Because I feel like I already asked these questions, and I don't want to, but we'll go through them. But I want, if anyone else wants to be interactive or ask anything that you want for yourself to better your, future your personal journey.
For them, I just listen to themselves. Besides listening to themselves, making sure that the person that you're going to learn from has a reputable standing, because sometimes people milk it. And it just sucks that people go under their wings and they don't develop themselves. So it's just like, I know it sometimes sucks because we hit hurdles, but it's like, okay, if you pick the wrong person the first time, there are other people out there. Not everyone in spirituality is an a-hole, but there's a lot of them that are a-holes because all they think about is this.
Well, everyone's an asshole. Everyone's got an asshole.
A question.
Yes.
How many years have you been doing this? How many years have you been doing readings? And I'm sorry if you already answered it.
Oh, not a problem. Like 8 or 9 years. Originally, just this is the thing. Ironically, I don't know if anyone ever noticed, when you drink, you're very susceptible to just speak. And then some people the next day ask you, like, where did you get that from? Where did you get that from, or whatever the case may be. So it's just one of those things. Drinking, I've always been a speaker.
Okay.
But professionally, with reading cards and interpreting them, because tarot cards for me is like, before you start a reading, it's a blank canvas. Each card is like a color, and you just create a portrait. And it freaks people out because sometimes you tap into things that they're like, but I don't know this person, and how did they know that? So it is what it is.
Speaking of that, if you did share the post and you wanted your one card reading, make sure that you say that so that we could see a picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that we get an accurate reading. So just remind us so that we can grab your link.
I think Natty posted one card.
Yeah, so I want to make sure
I just have to look at her picture
Yeah.
in a
You
second.
want to see it?
No, it's okay. I got my phone here. I could just tap her.
But I just want to make sure that the reading is accurate. And someone said something, but I don't know what it is. It's very long from all the way over
I
here.
feel like people don't really talk about this on social media. Have you ever had backlash from other people who think this should be as well kept secret? In all honesty,
That's a good one.
that is a good one. But this is the thing. Spirituality is there. It's not something hidden. Sometimes it could be a taboo, but it is what it is. It's really how comfortable are you with your own skin. Because for me, it's like, if, Allie, you decided to take my tarot class, I'm not going to give you a half-assed course to make you ridiculous out there. Again, how you said, it's a brand.
Mm-hmm.
So the purpose of me teaching you is to create not another Gato Divino, but whoever you want to be. And make sure that you're comfortable in your own skin doing it. So perfect example, the teen course. Those girls, I don't know why, they're magical. But because they're teens, they're not comfortable in their own skin yet. So I had to postpone their class for another 3 weeks. So while I'm away from vacation, you better be doing your homework.
Yikes.
So they feel comfortable in reading.
Yeah, being a teen is kind of hard, though. And being a teen who's trying to be comfortable in their own skin and spiritual, that's like next level
Yeah, but
shit.
besides that, you chose to take the class. So there was a reason already. And
Well,
if you have family members and siblings paying for you to take the course, take it seriously.
that's a teenager for you.
It is, but it's like, if you don't put the work, guess what? You're not going to get the results.
Well, yeah, you don't
And a
want
lot
to
of
have to
peop-
do it again.
Yeah, and that's another thing. A lot of people don't want to do the work. They just want the answers or the results right away. Perfect example, I bitch about being chubby all the time. Do I go to the gym? No. But it's just one of those things that, okay, I just had knee surgery. Once I heal from that, I'll be hitting the gym like the crazy person that I was when I didn't have my knee surgery. And I'll get the results I want.
Well, yeah, you do have to put in the work.
But
And anything.
I know, but a lot of people don't.
Well, yeah, no. I say I should stop drinking, yet here I am sipping wine in front of you guys.
Oh, it's okay. And usually I don't drink in front of an interview, but because it's her show, not my show, I could do it.
Yikes. So I encouraged him to drink. That didn't even, sorry guys. But it shakes the nerves. We have another question. I like these questions. Please keep them coming.
Do you think teenagers and their hormonal energy could screw their readings?
In all honesty, no, because this is the thing. A child or a teenager, they don't have no baggage. They're still growing up. So they haven't had personal experiences, so they come naturally.
Like a kid with no filter.
Yeah, and then as an adult, we have abuse, backstabs, and whatever the case may be. And when we see a certain card, we have a certain kind of feeling already towards that card. A child doesn't. They're just new to the world. So it is what it is.
That's a good question. Do we want to do more questions or a reading of?
We could do a reading. I'll throw a card for that girl, and then for Anonymous. But
everybody knows it's
it's
me
okay,
at
but
this point.
we'll call you Anonymous.
It's fine.
not my Anonymous, it's her Anonymous. No, because I do have an Anonymous.
Yeah, he has an Anonymous who gets a reading, and she likes to be anonymous.
Yeah, but everyone knows
Hi, Anonymous, if you're listening.
But everyone knows who she is. But
I wouldn't mind doing it though.
okay, well, I'll draw a couple of cards. But it's just one of those things. Just believe in yourself. Everyone's gifted, and sometimes it takes longer. Everyone's different. Some people are born with it, and not born with it, but
maybe it's Maybelline. I feel like that was.
But it's just one of those things. Some people are just like, okay, daring, and they just come out of their shell. Other people, it takes a little longer to crack.
Well, like playing sports or anything.
Anything. If you don't try it, you don't know.
You can teach someone to do something that they have, but some people just come out and they have killer instincts.
Yep.
Yeah. Anybody else before we do a reading?
Okay, Natty's a very good point.
Is anyone interested in maybe becoming more spiritual?
Who's Ceci would be? Not Ceci.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did she ask a question?
No, she was the one that mentioned the backlash about spirituality, and this is not really talked about. So I have a question for you, Allie.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
So, have you ever thought of? Okay, I know this is what's live or live.
Oh,
the
we were
AllieWay.
having this argument about live or live.
Yeah, earlier because I was like, what? But it's like, okay, I know. What's your platform? Where do you see this going?
Where do I see this going? I don't know. I honestly used to work in the corporate world, and I did a lot of crazy jobs, and then I just kind of wanted to be my own spirit guide of some sorts. And then I just, that's basically what and I don't want to say spirit guide because I don't know, that seems that we're having this conversation. I want to be my own spirit guide and that of others. And that's what I want the AllieWay to be, a representation of your own freeness and your own rules. And you don't have to necessarily have a 9-to-5 job, but you can if you want to. But as long as you're open to just new possibilities, that's basically what living the AllieWay is. Doesn't mean that you have to go on a vacation every day and post pictures and be like, oh my god, I'm living my best life. No, it's just waking up and saying, I fucking woke up today and I'm doing it. And that's what I want the AllieWay to be. And the platform, I don't know if I want to do the whole social media thing because it's a lot of work. People don't take it the right way. So I have my shirts, and I just want it to be a symbol. That's what I want the platform to be, a symbol. No, whatever that may be.
The reason I'm inquiring about it is because someone just said this is not something that's done normally.
Oh, what the
It's like having a conversation with a spiritual person. Oh. So maybe we could create a platform where we could just have conversations about spirituality and have people interact.
Okay, I like that. We could do that.
Once a month and just make it happen.
I'm down with it. We said this before, so there are plenty of doors being open, so let's just open all the doors and go with the flow.
Yeah, because
are you enjoying the conversation? Is that what I'm getting from everyone?
But besides enjoying it, it's just giving people an insight. Two different people with different backgrounds coming together and having a conversation.
Okay.
And the reason I inquire about that is because, within Gato Divino on my Instagram, I have the vision of interviewing drag queens. I want to be the ultimate gala of drag queens. Or the
I want to come to one of. I want to do that. I want to come with you. That'll be fun.
Not a problem. And if Goddess Isis is watching, I would love to have you on the show. I love her, Goddess Isis.
Come on the show.
She was my first drag queen, and it's she's doing big things now, and the case may be. So and then with the exchange, it's a bunch of readers just hanging out. You experienced it 2 weeks ago, and see.
Wait, but where did it go?